the dripping. It's been doing it for several months from the water pump weep hole, and they put that weep hole in there to safeguard or to let you know when the water pump is about to fail. And I should have done this months ago when it was warmer, and I didn't. Basically what's happening is the seals around the bearings have gone, wore out, and the bearings, it's only a matter of time before the bearings will fail, at which point you don't have much longer before the water pump actually fails, which is really a bad situation. So we don't want that to happen, and it's rapidly going through antifreeze now, and antifreeze isn't cheap, not to mention not good for the environment. So needless to say, we need to remedy the situation. So this is Josie, and this is Daddy, and we're let's see. Oops. I need a couple of screwdrivers, and Josie, if you can hold that back. Hold that back like that, yeah. And then the trick is down here there is a and it's kind of, I may have a screwdriver that's too long, but there is a notch in this that, well, you have to push back on to get up. There we go, got it. Perfect. And very good. You okay? Mm-hmm. Okay. So anyway, that's how you get it. And you have to make sure that you already took the wiring, the pump wire and the sensor wire out. And essentially that's what you do. And now we're gonna have water leaking everywhere.
That doesn't look like water.
Well, it's not water, but we need to put that in the we need to put it in the thing, and we need to shut this off. Anyway, my assistant and I signing off for the windshield wiper fluid reservoir, which went without incident except for a little water.
That wasn't water.
Okay, so I've removed the bottom hose and the top hose, and the bottom hose has these springs that didn't come with the new hose. I like Gates products, but anyway, didn't come with the new hose, and the purpose of this is to keep the hose from collapsing in on itself, because pressure ends up mounting, and negative pressure in the bottom hose. So the spring, coil spring, helps prevent or eliminate that from happening. And so you need to make sure that you put that in there and kind of drag it through all the way to eliminate it from happening. So, okay. So part of the requirement, it's not really a requirement. I've seen some YouTube videos of other guys doing this, and I was like, now I'm going to remove the engine cowling. And like I said, Dodge is really good. They had 2 bolts that held this engine or this radiator fan cowling in, and I'm going to attempt to get this out without damaging the radiator, which looks like it might be better to remove the fan first. So let's cut that one. So. Are you still recording?
Yes.
Well, let's turn it off. I came back to get a crescent wrench, and I'm looking for my assistant to remove the fan, and I was trying to find out where Josie was, and she's between 2 of the refrigerators in the garage. It's Miss Skinny Minnie. So now we're off to the fan removal. So I'm getting ready to remove the fan clutch, And you can tell somebody's already hammered this thing. And I always, for some reason, to me, that just seems so, you know, in order to unfreeze it, it seems like a really bad way to do things. It's harmful. And I've even seen people put vice grips on the pulley there. It's always a good idea to leave the belt on for this purpose because it does provide that much more tension. But usually these things are pretty seized up and they're pretty hard to get off. What I like to do, there's some holes here in the pulley, and I like to use, you can basically use anything that's low profile, where the handle is low profile, or if there isn't any handle at all. It doesn't have to have a handle. But the purpose is to block it is to get it in there, and then when you, on the opposite side there, it actually will stop the pulley from turning. You can tell it's turning there. And now it's under tension. It's hit something on the other side, the water pump housing on the other side. Now just, there it goes, it snapped right to it. And that's typically a lot better than pounding on something, because there's bearings on the other side and everything. Of course, now I got to release the tension if I go in the other direction. So what I like to do, I noticed one guy on YouTube, because I always like to review videos before I do things, just to make sure I know what I'm doing. Gives you a better idea of what to bump into. And I noticed one guy, he removed all these bolts without noticing, and all of them have different lengths. And he removed all of them without noticing which bolt went where. So look at that one. That one's extremely long. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave them in there, and that way I know exactly where they go in on the new water pump. This is the booger. Actually, it doesn't sound like it's all that bad. It was leaking through the weep hole though. And the weep hole is, where's the weep hole? Right there. That's that little hole right there, and that's where it was spraying up from. Can't really see it. Anyway, this is the booger. So, good thing that we changed it. Now we got to put it back together.